Well, here we are. Where are we? We're not here.
Oh, no way.
All right. Hello, everybody. We're going to do a podcast, I
There
guess.
you go.
So, welcome. Welcome to the Mondays with Bev Paul.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm here. How are you?
Well, let's see if we can get
You're
the
here
picture.
too
No, we
this
can't
week.
get the camera going. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why we can't?
Why?
Let me do this and video capture, and we do here,
That's right.
and we do here. No, that won't. I know what the problem is. Hello, everybody. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
There we are.
Oh.
Move over there a little. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That was technical hell.
At 5 minutes till.
Yep. No. 5 minutes
5
till.
minutes till
Right.
the
Just when it
show.
went over. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Bev and Paul. A little late, but we're still here.
We're here.
And we're glad to be here. And we're
Yeah.
glad that you're with us.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're with us this week.
I am, because I was gone last
You
week.
were,
we just sort of
weren't you?
realized I wasn't here
Yeah.
last week.
Well, you were there.
I was here, right.
But you were there.
That was fun doing it that way.
I know. That's
and-
going to open up a lot of possibilities
Right.
for us, isn't it?
So working with, they're called Be Live TV,
Yeah.
and they're sort of working with us to see if we can become part of their program.
That's great.
So anyhow, let me share with you where I was at. I'm not supposed to say that. What I was doing. And there is. Let's go here first. There's me. There's the book on its way. LAX at the United Center. Then up in the air, and then where I landed, which was in Watsonville, a very nice little place I was staying.
Beautiful, actually.
And
Yeah.
and then I took the book to the camp reunion. And interesting what you were saying about that.
Well, I was, because when I was looking at this montage of the book with all these wonderful people that you share, you're saying 50 years ago you were working with them at this camp,
Yeah.
and they're holding, really, in 50 years, the journey from there to here, your journey with BioTouch and your whole path of, just opening up and your work in the world.
It is pretty
poignant.
interesting.
It was lovely.
And how the book that's an interview about my life, and then the beginning thoughts of wanting everybody to be healthy and happy, and then most of my formative years was at this camp.
Yeah.
On the far right there, Anita, she and I were part of a schlep. They were called the Schleps of '67. We figured out.
I love that.
And
year.
next to her is Lenny and Jerry. They pretty much ran the camp. Lenny did. And then a lot of these other people were just campers and people I worked with over the years.
Wow.
So it was nice to share BioTouch and what I do now.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It's just it just captured that whole journey for the last 50 years of your life,
yeah. So,
culminating in that wonderful book.
so it was nice to do, even though many were skeptical of what could BioTouch do. So
right.
we'll talk a little more about that today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to our DreamCatcher. But it is good to be back.
Well.
Even though we're having technical difficulties, but
The world. That's
it is
the world.
But
Yeah.
we have our DreamCatcher.
We do, don't we? In our center here in Tucson, a beautiful project vision of Lorraine Mills and cooperative, and she brought it into this beautiful remnant right there on December 12th, 2012.
Right, and it's 4 feet across with mesquite wood that's been bent. And this week we have Sylvia Heinen, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Heinen. And Sylvia, she was a trip. She used to come into the center. She was working with her mom, and haven't seen her in a while, but she put her name into the hat.
She did.
And so we're putting out a lot of healing love and thoughts to Sylvia, who's now in the middle of the DreamCatcher this week.
Yes.
So congratulations, Sylvia, and we look forward to seeing you again. Come on back into the center.
Oh, yeah.
So okay, that was our DreamCatcher. If you'd like to be in the middle of the DreamCatcher, just send us a picture and where you reside on the planet, and Bev chooses Thursday who goes in there. So yeah, we need some more names too. We're running out of names in our hat.
Wow. Well, it's been a year.
A year.
So
a year. Which next week, very special week, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
It's our anniversary. Oh, our anniversary.
Oh, our 1 year
1
anniversary.
year anniversary. And we've made it, folks.
We did.
And we have a special guest coming from the Chicago area.
We do.
So one of our practitioners, and who's also an instructor for continuing ed credits.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for sure, and hopefully we'll have this technology a little better together. So also we wanted to let you know we're going to have a woman, Destiny, who is coming here from Eugene, Oregon. She's going to spend a week doing her intern work.
That's going to be wonderful
Yes.
to have her here.
So if you're here in Tucson, we'd like to meet Destiny and help her feel comfortable in this heat. We're back up into the 103s.
Yeah.
What, Phoenix had 112 or something?
Oh, really? I didn't hear. But of course, But it is cool in the center.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Come on in, get a session, meet Destiny.
Yeah.
And so this week we wanted to share a little from our manual again.
Yes.
Very powerful statement we have.
do. In fact, it's our mission statement. Very short, but very powerful. Our mission: to teach BioTouch an application of the universal principle, love thy neighbor, as a means to alleviate pain and stress and support good health through all stages of life.
There you go.
Short, but wow.
Short and to the point.
Yeah, it really is. I think I shared with you, I saw something the other day. He was actually mentioned the golden rule.
Interesting.
And it just helped me remember, that has been the mission statement for this foundation since its inception. That BioTouch is, I always think it's a divine idea in whose time has come. And that golden rule, I think humanity is just so downtrodden, the suffering and the pain that we have and misery that has been our experience for a very long time. Something's changing and shifting within the consciousness that is opening us up to remembering that loving ourselves and each other. And I think that's why BioTouch is such an incredible timing. Its time has come. It's here to help us remember. It's one of the tools that we can all use. It's a gift for all of us.
Well, it's like that old timer said in Mancus, when I was hanging out with Norman and Carol, and he said Norman and Carol brought love to the Mancus Valley. And that was sort of the kicker for me to get involved.
Right. Well, and, I know we talk about BioTouch, opening us up to that self-awareness, but, the real depth of it is that BioTouch has the ability to, once the body recognizes that touch, it has the ability to open up to all of the other possibilities that are held within the body. So all of those other subtle expressions of that whole body, it just begins to, and it changes our lives. It changes our lives. Not only do we start feeling better physically, but we start opening up on the mental, our minds become clearer. That's the possibility. Our everything begins to shift a little bit.
And it talked about that in there, doesn't it? Say support you through all phases of life.
Stages of life.
Of health,
the BioTouch and all those different stages that, not just about aging. It's about really revitalizing and bringing us back into the wholeness, which is love.
It's fun. I posted that TED Talk about the revolution against ageism, and it's that. And I said BioTouch that's part of that revolution.
It really is, isn't it?
And I posted the other one at Qigong about it's a way of life. I mean, BioTouch meets us at all those levels. Though what we're addressing with all of humanity is that body. We're taking those two fingers and we're lightly touching people just below the breastbone in that solar plexus, and we're meeting people at that common denominator.
Yeah, because that's how we recognize each other.
Right.
We share that in common, and it's the great equalizer. That's what BioTouch is. It equalizes that whole field of experience for all of us in that relationship. And then this incredible, it just opens you up to all of those unlimited possibilities that you get to. It's your experience, after that relationship.
Right.
And that's the whole point of a relationship, without any expectation, without any, desire to change anything. That's what that relationship is all about. It allows us to begin that journey, whatever stage of life you're in, and takes us to the next one.
And that's that love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
The Dalai Lama I read once said, if you want to understand the oneness of humanity, look at bodies. There's no, you can't get into a discussion about non-equality when you look at bodies. They all have eyes and ears and a mouth, and the function is the same.
Yeah.
And yet, where that came from, it's the old question, how did we get here? What are we supposed to do while we're here? And what are we going to do when we're gone?
Right.
The big questions.
The big question.
Nobody can answer those. Each of us have our own self-awareness, our own journey. But when you meet people with that greeting of doing BioTouch.
Well, you're just honoring.
Yeah, honoring's
You're honoring
a good word.
that
Yes.
in them which you want to be honored in yourself, without any need, really.
Right.
And I said it before, for me as a practitioner, when I just touch, it takes away the need for me to feel responsible, the need for me to, suggest anything, because when you're present with someone else, that those whatever's within them is already able to handle whatever comes up. So there's no need anymore for me to control what I say to them.
So BioTouch is very subtle
Yeah.
in its healing work. And we perceive changes in the body, and then we start perceiving changes in how people look. It's interesting, when I went to that reunion 50 years later, many of those people said I was the least changed that they, physically, that they looked at, that I sort of looked the same as I did 50 years ago. When you look at the pictures, it looks different, but so something had kept me vital. And the only real thing I've done differently in the past 30 years has been adding BioTouch. I mean, I've done all the same things, my little practices here and there. But even your daughter had told you recently, she thought you were getting younger.
I think there's this light of love that holds us up. BioTouch contributes to that. When I think about, that comment she made to me, I'm like, oh, well, what an interesting thing to say, because I feel with my work with the foundation and as a practitioner and as a recipient, there's something has shifted for me. It's lifted me. It's opened me up to, as we always say, it supports me to all the possibilities of whatever's happening for me next.
And not just receiving, like you just said it's about the giving of it too.
Yeah.
Like Dave, our practitioner in Colorado, how
shared his
how his foot had been healed by doing it on people. And so there's a circle. It just, the giving and the receiving, it just becomes mushy. So it's like, where's the other and the me, and as I'm helping someone, they're helping me, and it's just, that's really, to me, what loving thy neighbor's about.
Oh, and the circle that goes on indefinitely.
Yes.
Right?
So part of what we wanted to share here was Rose in her testimonial, because that's really, I mean, she has this unconditional love for her husband.
It's a love story, isn't it?
And
this is a love story.
He had a stroke a few years ago, and I'll just share, she had a little update, and actually it's published on our Facebook site if you want to see it too. BioTouch healing is not only assisting his body to heal, his mind is improving. There you go. That's what we just talked about. It's a body-mind connection.
Yes.
And then whatever helps run that show, spirit, whatever you want
to call it.
There's that third force in there.
Right.
We started BioTouch the 1st of May. It took him almost 6 hours to do one-page search in this word game thing. You can see it online there if you want. Now he's down to about 2 to 2.5 hours. Some word searches are more complicated than others. It's amazing how something as simple as word search can help boost his confidence. In fact, he is feeling and thinking so much better that he now has his own tablet and is surfing YouTube.
Wow.
He wouldn't even have dreamed about that 3 months ago. I'm so happy beyond words because the use of the tablet has opened up a whole new world for him. He says he feels so much better about himself. An added bonus is that his speech is improving too. He's able to communicate to me what he has watched. Thank you, Rose and Larry. I mean, you're an inspiration.
That's what I told
for
her.
Me,
that
even, who's been doing this for 29 years, to keep doing it.
Oh, my goodness. And, Rose, it was so taken with BioTouch that she took the practitioner training in June. Now she is doing her intern hours here at the center. And, she's just embracing, because she has seen how BioTouch has changed not just Larry's life. It has changed Rose's life.
Right.
Just by being, it's talk about a relationship of love and healing that they've entered into. It just moves me.
So we can only encourage through these Monday talks that there's an opportunity for all of us and all of you out there to, click on one of the links, learn a little set. We're always going to show a set here. Learn the greeting. Just reach out and touch somebody. Just see what happens.
I know.
And then contact us and let us know. Or if you have a question about it, man, we were just talking about that. Send us some questions.
I'd love to.
That we can address about that. And so we always like to share a little bit more and share a set. So let me find that here. There's the manual. You can get those online. You can get a free downloadable version if you become a member. And this week we want to share with you the eye set, so let's just take you to that.
The eye set is performed on the same side of the head. It may be used to address any type of eye conditions. Hold point X is located on both sides of the head and may be found in either of the following ways. Place the first 2 fingers of one hand in the indentation beside the neck muscle at the base of the skull. Then slide the fingers up the back of the skull, over a rise in the bone, to a very definite valley or dent, which is hold point X. Another way to find X is to estimate a point about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear and 1 to 1.5 inches behind the back edge of the ear. Again, there is a definite valley or dent in the skull, and this is hold point X. It is also the same as point 4 of the head set. To perform this set, hold X and touch points 1 through 4, which are on the same side of the head as X. These points are in a line beginning at point 1, which is just in front of where the ear meets the face. Point 2 is halfway between point 1 and the outside corner of the eye. Point 3 is at the outside corner of the eye. To touch point 4, ask the recipient to close their eye and touch on the recipient's closed eyelid. This is a sensitive area, so work gently. Repeat the procedure on the other side of the head. Hold point X.
And then you just do it on the other side. Few sets of points.
Very simple.
Very simple and incredibly effective. If you haven't read our book yet, let me just show it to you here. Some of you might not have known about the book. It's somewhere here. I don't know where it is.
You may have lost that with the camera.
Anyhow, there is a testimonial, the whole testimonial about a man that I worked with when I was in Mancus, who was blind when he came in. And just by doing that simple set and a couple of other things, he actually began to have moments of perfect vision. Just amazing. So we can only encourage you to try it. We don't make any guarantees, but it can't hurt, you know. And if it's nothing else than two people sharing a moment together,
Yeah.
that's loving the neighbor.
That is loving your neighbor.
Yep. So, I think we just did another amazing show, huh? So, we will, let's see, yeah, that's 20 minutes. We just wanted to share, there again is the book there, and it's all around the world. You know, it's just starting to move around. We're asking you to send us a picture of the book, Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips, and share it somewhere where you're located.
Yeah.
And send us the picture so we can put it on with all of our other amazing, wonderful people that have been reading the book. Hey, there you are.
Oh. Yeah.
So again, next week is our 1-year anniversary. Join myself and Bev for a wonderful show where we have a guest coming to visit with us.
Very lovely guest. Yes, we do.
So again, thank you for letting us into your home, into your tablet. Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
And again, we'll see you all next week.
Have a glorious week.